Just a few hours in show of support for the Boston community, Lynchburg runners will hit the street. It sure did. Eyewitnesses say the blast was felt for 50 miles. Later, the homeowners came out and found this redwood. Take a look at what the wind did to it. Policies are indicating that for years, many people have been overpaying. Tire tracks from where the car apparently ran off the road and hit this mailbox. The fourth most dangerous road goes to 7th Street. Langhorne Road takes the number 3 spot. Number 2 belongs to Ward's Ferry Road. The number 1 spot for the most dangerous road is right here at the expressway. So here's how a rush dinner works. You can stop here for dinner and catch dessert down the block. It's training day for Lynchburg firefighters, and coming up, why this group is going down in history. Rick Youngblood says it was as if the cows across the street knew what was coming.
Every one of them turned in the same direction and moved toward those trees.
Without warning, the sky got dark and the wind began to gust. A few minutes later, the homeowners came out and found this redwood. Take a look at what the wind did to it, twisting it and leaving it falling dangerously close to their front door.
Now realize y'all are standing under one that's about ready to come down, and I apologize, I forgot completely about it, but turn around and look up above you. There's a little piece of wood holding that tree together.
At last count, 22 trees snapped, uprooted and waiting for cleanup. Thankfully, the trees missed Youngblood's house, but did leave his truck, boat, and gutter damaged. Even for the insurance photographer.
I was a little shocked. I knew that they had storms last Friday, but I didn't realize that it was to this magnitude. This looks more like the derecho we had.
Serving in the Navy for more than 20 years, Youngblood has survived wars, gun battles, and even cancer.
I'm thankful simply because I got through without scratches.
No scratches, but a reminder of nature's power. The ABC store has been a part of the Drake's Branch landscape for 60 years. Some people pass by quite often.
10 times a day.
So when locals found out the store was moving,
It's kind of sad situation.
So just how far will the Drake's Branch residents have to go to the new location? Well, let's see. We calculated about 8 miles to the Keysville line, but losing their liquor isn't what the people are worried about.
Because Drake's almost like a ghost town now.
For Leroy McCargo, it's where his friends are. He lives right up the street.
I mean, I'm not drinking, but I pass through here 10 times a day.
In fact, he hasn't had a drink in about 2 years. He also says this will affect sales everywhere in town.
Well, I say if you stop to buy alcohol, you're going to stop and buy a pack of cigarettes, too.
That's going to affect Norman Wilmoth, right down the street.
Try to build this little town back up to what it used to be.
Wilmoth just opened the American Pride gas station in Drake's Branch last November.
This is where I grew up, and this is where I live, you know. So to see business go out, you know, it's painful.
In Charlotte County, Katie Kelliher, ABC 13 News.
This is a little more colorful.
For Anna Taylor, the warmth she feels inside comes from keeping others warm.
The 2 little girls with love in their sweaters and a little boy, too.
She responded to a simple request in Guidepost magazine in 2006. The request? The call to knit.
I had retired my knitting needles years before, but I said, I believe I can do that.
This was not Anna's first time using her needles to serve others. She learned to knit in the 7th grade. At that time, she knitted woolen scarves for the Navy.
And they didn't turn out very well, but I learned.
Now, many years later, she turns her attention to others in need, the children.
Children should be safe and warm. Yeah.
The sweaters are sent in shipments of 25 all across the world. And with 3 children of her own, Anna feels a deep need to take care of these children.
It breaks it. Breaks my heart.
And she does not plan to stop anytime soon.
Nothing I would have chosen.
What started out as a goal to make
make
100 has turned into something much bigger. This sweater brings the grand total to 775 sweaters and is a part of this shipment that will go out next week.
And if I can make 1,000 before I leave here, I'll be one happy Jack.